my shoes and out the door. 5, I'm alive. 6, 7, 8, feeling great. 9, gonna shine, life is good. I'm doing fine. 10, gonna do it right and do it again, yeah. I look into the sky with all the beautiful color, but there's more than just for me, so gonna share it with another. I got to show, to give, let out. I want to sing and shout. Take a look and see a beautiful morning.
Been in here and people are roaring with laughter, so.
It's a dirty show, though.
Well, it's clean dirt.
You have here the best of the best.
Yes.
So we have many celebrities here. The Harley Madison come over here, and the Usher come over here many often, and the Paris Hilton come here.
Boy, I'm dating myself, but it's okay. Nobody else will. Oh.
That's so Vegas.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all, not one bill. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
Welcome to That's So Vegas TV. I'm your host, Christine McKellar. We're here in the fantastic Las Vegas Arts District in the fabulous downtown Las Vegas area. One of the greatest additions to the fabulous Las Vegas downtown area has been the Smith Center. That was about 4 years ago, wasn't it?
It's actually 5 years.
5 years ago, and I'm sitting here with Candy Schreiber. You are affiliated with a very special part of the Smith Center, and that is you're the vice president of their education and outreach programs. So a lot of people aren't aware that the Smith Center's more than just, performing arts, ballet, different, you've got the jazz cabaret and all that. But you're so lucky to be able to help promote in the community, from what I assume, arts and education.
Absolutely.
So do you want to tell us how this program came about? And
Education and outreach at the Smith Center is really at the center of our mission. We actually were doing performances in the community, doing professional development for teachers, doing a variety of experiences prior to opening. So we were doing education and outreach 5.5 years before we ever opened the doors.
Oh.
So it has been a wonderful journey. At this point, we celebrated our 5-year anniversary, March 12th of this year. We've had more than 370,000 students attend matinee performances at the Smith Center during the school day.
I had no idea.
We do training for thousands of teachers in arts integration, looking at the power of the arts to teach across curriculum content areas, so really teaching in and through the arts. We do in-school performances with local and regional artists. We do residencies with artists going in and working side by side, early childhood educators, so preschool. We have national partnerships. We have been doing as much as we could in the time that we've had.
That's amazing. How did this get funded? Who's the brain trust behind all this?
The funding is, we are a nonprofit organization, so 75% of what it takes to run the organization is through ticket sales. The other 25% of what it takes to run the Smith Center each year is through foundations, through private funders, through grants. We need to raise that 25% each year. And out of that, we have a number of very, very generous donors who specifically want to fund education and outreach programming. So we've been very fortunate, and the programming continues to grow, and we have more and more young people to serve.
I think that's really fascinating. We talked a little bit earlier before we went on camera about Jim Rogers and the foundation and his wife, and they've been major contributors. And how did that roll?
You know, the Rogers Foundation joined us. This is our second year of doing the Heart of Education Awards. We just completed the second year of that. And the Heart of Education Awards, it is the Smith Center partnered with the Rogers Foundation for that program. And it's really looking at how can we retain and reward teachers, public school teachers. So it is working just in Clark County School District.
The public
The
sector.
public schools, and it is the Clark County School District. I know that there are public charter schools as well, but this is focused really on the school district. We need to be able to retain teachers, and we need to be able to tell positive stories about what's happening in the classroom. There are great things happening in the classroom. We have some wonderful teachers, and we need to be able to retain and to attract new teachers. Constantly looking to fill vacant positions, and we want people to feel as though they're moving to a community that is very supportive of public education. So we have been very honored to have the Heart of Education Awards. And again, we just finished our second year of that, awarding 20 in the first year and 20 in the second. Each of those teachers received a $5,000 award, and their schools received a small monetary award as well for the teachers to kind of facilitate a project that they might want to do in their school.
So how does one qualify for this Heart of Education?
The qualifications are really that they have completed 3 successful years of teaching in the Clark County School District. They are nominated by, it could be a student, it could be a parent of a student, it could be a colleague, it could be any number of people are eligible to nominate a teacher in the Clark County School District. And it could be, elementary, middle school, high school. It can be,
just across the board,
absolutely.
drama, math, science,
absolutely. And we have had
English.
honorees in all of those categories.
So it doesn't just focus on the musical.
Absolutely not.
Which is
you
great.
would think with the Smith Center being involved that it would be focused just on those who are teaching in the area of the arts. It is not. And, our programming of professional development for teachers is how to use the arts to engage and excite children in learning in all disciplines. So, no, Heart of Education is all teachers.
It's the heart of all education.
Absolutely.
And I imagine that's probably had a lot to do with the name of it. Once a teacher is nominated, then what qualifies them? How does one pick? Because I'm sure you have some phenomenal teachers here.
We had well over 1,200 nominations and applications at that point. Once a teacher is nominated, they are notified of that nomination, and the teacher then has to complete an application for that. And they tell their own story. Certainly the nominator has given us an idea of why that teacher might be eligible or be considered for that, but it is really the teacher's point of view that they are telling us how do they go above and beyond in their classroom to work with students. And there's just unbelievable stories, truly.
I can imagine that because, again, you want a teacher who's passionate, correct? I mean,
Absolutely.
And to me, I've always said throughout life, I love when my son went through his years of school and everything, I have nothing but the utmost admiration for teachers because of what they're sharing. When I was looking at my son as 4 or 5 years old and watching him develop writing skills and reading skills, I couldn't believe how the teachers knew how to do that because, it takes art and compassion, and I think, they're blessed. They have some kind of calling. So this year, you had how many were recipients?
900 were finalists. 910 were finalists.
Boy, you know your facts and figures.
They were all invited with a guest to come to a wonderful event at the Smith Center, and it's red carpet treatment. They get a swag bag filled with just wonderful goodies that have been provided by a variety of sponsors within the community. But they're treated to an evening of entertainment, and that they are honored in between. So there'll be just wonderful performances, and we had Dr. Jill Biden was the keynote speaker for this year, and of course, being an educator herself, is very passionate about education and what it takes to be a great teacher, and knows that we need to support those teachers in the classroom.
And you have a very special teacher here today who is one of the recipients who went above and beyond the call of duty, and we're going to introduce her after the break. Sheburra Moore-Haugsness. She's an algebra teacher, which I have an affinity for. My son became a mechanical engineer after he learned how to read and write. We're going to take a quick break for my sponsor, the Red Roof Inn. They're on Paradise across from the Hard Rock Hotel. Don't go away. We're going to be back with the Smith Center and a very special woman who is honored this year. So we'll see you in just a moment. Well, hey there. Welcome to That's So Vegas. This is our new studio in the famous Las Vegas Arts District, downtown Las Vegas. We're here to rock your world. And I was going to ask you how it felt to be breaking good here at the Bellagio for the National Center.
What you did.
Your last CD was My Secret Life. I wanted to ask you what your secrets were. Tune in and turn on with us in downtown Las Vegas. This is where the action is, and That's So Vegas. Welcome back to That's So Vegas. I'm Christina Keller. I'm here with a representative from the now famous Smith Center, which everybody loves in downtown Las Vegas. And we're here in my studio in the fabulous Las Vegas Arts District. And Candy Schneider, you head president of the Outreach Association for Smith Center. And an offshoot of that, and the reason we have this beautiful young lady here who is a teacher, introducing Sheburra Moore-Haugsness. You are a recipient of this award that I'm going to let Candy tell us about because the story behind it is so fabulous and it's so full of, dare I say, heart.
So the Heart of Education Awards that we spoke of earlier, Sheburra was in the first class, shall we say, the first year that we did the Heart of Education Awards. We just completed our second.
Okay.
So in that first year, we awarded 20 teachers who were nominated and completed the application, and they were selected at that first year, I think we had 800 and a little over 800 were finalists for that. So Sheburra can tell you her story, but just a fabulous example of what we wanted to have happen for the Heart of Education, and we'll continue to go on that journey.
She is a poster child because there is a backstory that we're getting to here. When you have 800 nominees for a particular award, number one, I want to know how you felt when you were nominated, and then I want to know how you felt when you won following the nomination, and then I want to tell the viewers what you did with the monies that you got part of your award. She donated it, and we'll tell you about that in a minute. But first of all, Sheburra, tell us, you've been in Vegas for what, 11 years now?
Mm-hmm. 11 years.
You teach pre-algebra.
Pre-algebra at Roy Martin Middle School.
So that's to what grade?
I teach 6th and 7th graders.
Amazing.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes. And when I got nominated, it didn't really quite click, or I was like, oh, well, that's very nice. A love note, you know, somebody's cheering me on as a teacher. Okay. And then I was asked to write a narrative about my story, you know, my journey as an educator. So I did, and had somebody check my English, you know, I'm a math teacher, you know, and I was like, okay, I submitted, and then all of a sudden got invited. It's like, okay, well, this is nice. And then I was on stage receiving the award. I was like, what? So it was a very surreal experience. And I didn't really realize the essence behind that award, the powerful message and the symbolism at the time when I was receiving the award. But it started to sink in, and I'm just so grateful for the Smith Center and the Rogers Foundation for this opportunity that is continuing on.
So it was nice to be recognized, and like you said, you hadn't, and the reason they call it the Heart, there's a lot of love behind this. There's a lot of devotion. And again, I have nothing but the utmost respect for instructors, teachers, educators. So when you received the award, you were probably, like you said, on cloud 9. And then when it sank in, also you were presented with a pretty nice check.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So each of us winner received a $5,000 check. And our school also got $1,000 that went into any program of our choosing. So that was a very, very nice touch to the honor and the celebration that was beautifully put on.
Right. So what did you do with your $5,000?
So I kept about $1,000 for myself, take care of my car notes and my dogs and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, those vet bills are expensive, you know. But at the time, a former student of mine was needing some financial assistance as she got accepted to Yale University. So I just took this opportunity and wrote a check, a scholarship, if you will, to financially support this student who's been through the Clark County school system and is headed to a wonderful, wonderful journey.
That speaks well for Clark County, too, in general. And you, because pre-algebra, I can't see going to Yale or any of the Ivy League without an algebra background. But nonetheless, I didn't mean to interrupt. I just think it's so fascinating that you did that. I know you even took it a step further. So.
Yeah, I shared some of my funds with fellow colleagues. There were about 11 teachers from my building that were finalists that year, who was also there at the Smith Center and was part of the celebration. So I definitely wanted to include them, and so they're part of my family. I work with these colleagues every day, and I'm able to do what I do with the collaborative.
Thrown a party. But
it was kind of like a party.
It kind of was a party. That big, beautiful heart of yours, she's well chosen for this award, by the way. So you shared some of the love.
Yes,
I'm not going to say the wealth, because we said the wealth is in the love.
That's right. It is, and it was just so much fun to give. And my administrator, my mentor, I made sure that I was able to express my gratitude, the part of the award, and I was able to assist a single parent mom. I had 2 of her wonderful children, former years. She was struggling financially to secure her home. She had an intruder that kind of shook her and the children. And she couldn't quite have enough funds to put in the home security system. Oh. So I was able to contribute in a significant way, because safety is number one.
That would be definitely.
So that was, she wrote me an email kind of giving me a follow-up of, how she was able to use the funds and how grateful she was, and just incredible circulation of love, and giving.
Yes.
And I'm just so blessed to be able to be part of that.
Well, I think it was a very big, I'm going to use the word, big-hearted of you to do that, and especially, you're right. It seems to me that you touched on areas that a lot of people wouldn't even think about, like helping them. I mean, for a mother to be able to secure her children, that's got to be huge. And that also contributes to the well-being mentally and emotionally of the child, which enables them. That's kind of spiraling on out to get a better education. I bet your students just love you.
We have a blast.
I bet you, look at that smile.
We do.
You're just beautiful in your attitude. When you walked in the studio and we were introduced ourselves, it was just, I saw nothing but love, and I thought, she is a cool teacher.
Oh, thank you.
And you just don't look like an algebra teacher. I don't know what an algebra teacher would look like, but I think that's because you look like you'd make math fun.
I strive every day. I love the challenge of making math as tangible and as applicable to all of my students, and especially living in such digital world, and we're striving for innovation. The respect and the value of mathematics is very important to me, and I love to narrate that to my students through my life stories and exploration.
And so there's a math, kind of emotional quotient there that perhaps you bring out in the kids and make them want to.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I would just.
What made you, Sheburra? What made you pick math? I could see her in art and drama. She's so beautiful and just,
thank
you.
you.
But, so, was
What
there,
made I don't know.
you're just drawn to it, or?
Yeah, I just always respected math. You know, how it has the ability to communicate in such capacity. I see math as an international language. You know, 1 + 1 is 2 no matter where you go.
In the universe, right?
In the universe.
That
It's
we
in
know.
it's in the patterns and the nature. It's in the vibration of all that is. And to be able to see that and analyze that and take it to a new level. You know, again, we're always encouraging creative thinking, problem solving, and innovation. Math comes alive. And students, it's fun making them aware of that.
I think it's wonderful that you make them alive to math. And boy, Candy, you get a high five for the wisdom in picking someone of this caliber. We have to take a break. I hate to do it. I just like listening to you talk about, now I want to go study math on top of everything else. Maybe we could talk.
Sure.
But a shout out to the Red Roof Inn. We're going to come back with both Candy and Sheburra, and we'll talk a little bit more about how you, as a resident and parent or a teacher, or can help carry on this Heart Foundation that's truly wonderful. My sponsors, the Red Roof Inn. I'm going to say Wi-Fi right this week. I didn't say it right last week. They have free Wi-Fi and continental can't get through it. Continental breakfast for guests, and they're pet friendly, and they're on Paradise across from the Hard Rock, so we love them. Don't go away. We'll be back with Candy and Sheburra, and we're going to talk more about this Heart Foundation for teachers. So we'll be right back.
It's pretty amazing when you consider that 7 years ago, we didn't have the treatments we have now. We cure 80% of children with cancer. If you think about that, I mean, go back 50 years, we were curing 20 to 30%. This is the miracle story of modern medicine. We understand what makes this cancer tick. And of course, without donors from around the world, this just couldn't happen. And there's one thing we're focused on here at St. Jude, and that's beating this thing.
Welcome back to That's So Vegas. We've been having a wonderful half hour here. I'm with Candy Schaefer, Sheburra Moore-Haugsness. You're the recipient of the Heart of Education Award, which is sponsored by the Smith Center. And Candy, just reiterate, please, for our viewers, what the award is and how people can be a part of helping further education here in Clark County.
The Heart of Education Award, the nominations open in the fall, so it will be either late September or somewhere around there that people can nominate by going to heartofeducation.com, thesmithcenter.com, either one of those. They can nominate a teacher from the Clark County School District in any grade level, in any academic area. They are welcome to submit a nomination. It can be someone who is a friend of the teacher, it can be a colleague, it can be a former student, it can be a parent, whomever. If you feel strongly about a teacher who goes above and beyond, who's a teacher in the Clark County School District, we would love to have that nomination.
Is there a ceiling to the number of nominees, or?
There is not.
No ceiling.
There is not.
Last year, that particular, there were over 800.
For this last year, we had 910 finalists from well over 1,200, 1,300 teachers who were nominated. So there is no limit to the nominations, absolutely not. There is a limit to the number of finalists because they are then invited with a guest to the evening that celebrates those teachers.
The gala. So merchants could donate for the swag bags, as we call it, for
we
that
have a
particular...
number of, and that they can go to the smithcenter.com and find out about doing so. But we have a wonderful gifts for those teachers. Every one of the finalists receives that bag of goodies.
Like spa certificates and things of that nature.
The evening is just a wonderful celebration, full of entertainment, but truly a celebration for all of those teachers.
So regardless if the nominee, is it all the nominees? The 800 are?
The finalists.
The finalists. And
The
then out of the
finalists that are
finalists,
invited.
How many are chosen?
20 are awarded the $5,000.
Oh, girl, you were up against some competition.
And it is.
I think
but it's a wonderful evening of storytelling is what it is.
And it's a win-win for everybody because the nominees are honored.
Well, and every one of those who is in attendance, they are the finalist and their guest. Many of them are colleagues of those who have been nominated. And it's just a wonderful evening. They often hear stories about their colleagues that they weren't aware of. You know, you get to know them a little bit better, and they're applauding and in awe of every story that is told. So it's a pretty amazing evening.
It brings together that community, and you're amazing. You're going to say something?
Well, yeah, I wanted to kind of emphasize when teachers are nominated, students and parents and other colleagues, they're writing like a letter of appreciation. So even if you don't get into the finalist, I mean, you're receiving letters of compliment and encouragement. That in itself.
And I think that's the part that rings true for us, that indeed if they aren't selected as a finalist for whatever reason, they are receiving those thank yous. The note of, we appreciate what you're doing. So that nomination serves well beyond what the intention of then.
It's far deeper than money and swag and gifts of that nature, although I can see where
I think that's the whole point of really recognizing the power of what happens in the classroom and the great teachers that we have. And we don't take the time often enough to say thank you and to really recognize the value of having teachers go above and beyond. Not just what they're responsible for in the classroom. That's great, but these teachers go well beyond that, and the stories are just heartwarming.
As Sheburra showed, just from the generosity of her heart, she wanted to even take it to another level and share, as we said in previous segments. We're out of time. I want to thank you so much and congratulations.
Thank you so much.
So deserved. And Candy, thank you for taking the time. I know how busy things are at the Smith Center, and we're delighted to have you both on the show. And it's the Heart of Education Award. You'd like donate to the Smith Center, right?
Donate to the Smith Center. Support education and outreach programming.
And you can do that by going online and also by attending the fabulous events that you're constantly giving. You know, it's really brought a level of class sophistication and all of that to Las Vegas. So we're happy to be here, and we're happy to be close to the Smith Center ourselves. Till next week, I'm Christina Keller. Thank you for tuning in, and don't forget, everything that happens here is so Vegas. I'm Christina Keller with the latest weekly entertainment updates for Las Vegas. It's been 10 years since Cirque du Soleil opened The Beatles' Love at the Mirage, and now you can get a free peek behind the curtain. Love's new magical technical tour is a complimentary backstage open house held every Saturday from 1 to 1:30 p.m. Showcasing the production's state-of-the-art technology, one-of-a-kind set pieces, epic sound system, and more, attendees get a demonstration of the show's powerhouse opening number, Get Back. Guests also receive an exclusive ticket offer, which may be redeemed at the box office. All ages are welcome. Boz, Star-Crossed Love, which opened at the Palazzo in July 2016, is celebrating its one-year anniversary. The show's original star, Ruby Lewis, who went on to become leading lady in the Broadway production Paramore, will return on July 25th. The show is centered around three of the greatest love stories of ill-fated couples from visionary filmmaker Baz Luhrmann's iconic films Romeo and Juliet, Moulin Rouge, and The Great Gatsby. Performances are at 7 p.m. Tuesday through Sunday, and tickets start at $59.50. Boulder City is now host to Tom Devlin's Monster Museum. Devlin, a professional makeup and special effects artist, wants to preserve the art form, and he features artists like John Chambers, who created the original prosthetics for the Planet of the Apes, the original movies. Displays include Devlin's original artwork from television and films, including Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Creature of the Black Lagoon, Planet of the Apes, Army of Darkness, you're not going to believe this, Poultrygeist, Night of the Chicken Dead, plus The Walking Dead, Child's Play, and Puppet Master. Admission is $13. For the first time since 2010, the Professional Darts Corporation is bringing the tournament to the United States at the Trinidad Pavilion inside Tropicana, Las Vegas. That's on July 13th through the 15th. 8 North American qualifiers will face 8 of the best international professionals for a chance to earn the title of U.S. Darts Master. There will be 2 days of qualifiers on July 11th and 12th, allowing any darts player from North America the chance to win their spot in the 8-player North American Championship, which will take place on July 13th. For more entertainment updates and dining tips, please visit www.vegasonlyentertainment.com. I'm Christine McKellar, and that's So Vegas.
1, 2, 3, 4, get my shoes and out the door. 5, I'm alive. 6, 7, 8, feeling great. 9, gonna shine, life is good. I'm doing fine. 10, gonna do it right and do it again, yeah.